Hey guys! So today is day 18 of Vlogmas. I haven't worked on much more of the Christmas Carol thing, but I've heard a few people who seem to be excited to see it, so we'll see. I was thinking that since I still have some of the characters to do, I may not be able to get the first episode up until Thursday. And so I would probably do Thursday all the way through Monday, and that would make us end on Christmas Day, which would be pretty cool because that's when the story ends. So I thought that I might try that. The only thing is, I may want to make an official Vlogmas episode that day, so I may make it kind of apart from Vlogmas. So technically not part of Vlogmas, but yeah, still Christmas themed. I still have to do my Scrooge stuff. I almost have the first part done. I still have to do Scrooge and I have to do Bob Cratchit, and I think all of the other characters from that one I am done with. So I have to, I've already started trying to put it all together and leave some gaps for other places that I'm missing. So yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. Maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. Now, I don't want you guys to expect some kind of great production or anything. It's just basically me sitting here reading off of the screen. So yeah, that may not be your cup of tea, and if it's not, that's fine. And when I do the characters, for the most part, I'm reading also. I mean, I could have probably done a better job with the characters, but I've already started it and I don't want to have to redo the stuff that I've already done. So we had another Christmas party at work today. This was just for our one department and one other department. We had a joint Christmas party, and we had snacks and stuff, and we each brought a Christmas present. And you know, I said earlier that I had to buy a Christmas present for that party, and I bought a wax warmer, and so yes, I had to take that in today. And what we do is each present is numbered, and we draw numbers out of a hat or out of some kind of thing. It wasn't a hat, but whatever. A bowl or something. So we draw numbers, and whatever number we get is our present. And of course, I accidentally picked my present, which would have been fine, except there was a rule saying that we couldn't pick our own present. So, I mean, well, I would have liked another wax warmer. I already have two, and so I had to trade with someone else. So, the present that I got is this. Yeah. So, for a better look at it, I can't even get the whole freaking thing in frame. So yeah, this is this is what I got. So remember when I said I'm trying to eat sweets in moderation? It's almost 2 pounds of assorted chocolates. What am I supposed to do with this? So I guess I won't need to buy any chocolate for a while. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of presents, I had a question the very first day of Vlogmas, and I never answered it, and I am so sorry. Tracy Smothers. Tracy asked, not sure if you've done it before. Sorry, I got a hair on my arm. But how about most favorite Christmas gift you have gotten or given? Honestly, I can't remember any Christmas gifts I have given. So, I mean, there are a few gifts that I can remember giving people, but I don't think I've ever given anyone something really amazing. So yeah, I will talk about my favorite Christmas gift that I have been given, and I don't have a specific one. And most of my favorite ones were when I was a kid. So it's stuff that I can't remember very well, but yeah. So the first one that I know that I was really excited to get was something called an Alfie, and you've probably never heard of it. It was a toy when I was about 3, probably, I would guess. Technically it was an Alfie too, but I just called it an Alfie. And it was like a play school robot. It was a robot, and you would put little slides in it, or not slides, but little pieces of plastic. It's really hard to explain, but little plastic cards into it, and it had buttons all up and down both sides of it. And you would punch in which card, because each card had a number or whatever on it, and you would punch in whichever card you had in there, and it knew which card was in there, so it would ask questions. So it would be like math and probably spelling kind of stuff, or letters and things like that, and things with letters and numbers and stuff. And it was an educational toy, of course, and you would try to press the correct buttons, and if you got it right, then, you know, it would make a little noise and all this stuff. And it was really cute, and I was so excited when I got it, and there's video evidence of it. I believe that I actually showed that video evidence in a former Vlogmas that I did back in 2015, I think. If I can find it, I will put the link down to that video in the description so that you can go check it out and see video of me when I was really little. Now, one of my other favorite gifts that I ever got at Christmas was a blanket, which sounds kind of crazy, but apparently I really, really loved this blanket. It was a yellow blanket, and my aunt gave it to me, and I still have it. This is my yellow blanket, and I was probably four or five when I got this, and my Aunt Lisa gave it to me, and I still have it. It has holes in it, of course, because it's kind of old. It's very ratty looking. But this was my security blanket. This was like my Linus from Peanuts blanket. Isn't that the one who has the blanket? I think it is. So yeah, this was my security blanket, and it had silk around the edges, and so I used to play with the silk, and I would run it through my fingers, and it would help me fall asleep. And some edges do not have silk because apparently I wore it out. So yeah, I still have my blanket though. I had it packed away in a suitcase, and I had to go find it just for this video, but I knew exactly where it was because it's my blankie. And it's kind of funny that it's yellow because it makes me think of blanket from The Brave Little Toaster, if any of you have ever seen that. Yeah, that's what it kind of makes me think of. So those were the two big presents that I loved when I was really little. And then I started getting a little older, and I got a Nintendo. So I used to get Nintendo cartridges for Christmas every year. And my favorite ones, of course, were the weird ones like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, because I've always been an old lady. And also I got a Barbie game that I really, really liked and used to play all the time. It was really hard because it had this one, I say it was really hard, but it's a Barbie game. But it had this one part where it was like in a soda parlor, and you had to jump across, or a record shop maybe? I think you went inside the jukebox somehow, and you were like in there with records, and they were spinning, and you had to jump across them, and it was really hard for, you know, a 9-year-old. But I used to get a lot of Barbies. I loved Barbies. I had this one Barbie that I got, and I looked it up what it was called, and I think it was called Magic Moves Barbie, and she had this little switch in her back. And so when you switched the switch up, her hands, because you know Barbies always have their hands at like 90-degree angles, and her hands would come up and go through her hair, which was really funny, and I always liked her. But when I got older, I would do plays with my Barbie and like recreate like Disney movies, and she was always like the evil stepmother, and I don't know why I always made her the evil stepmother, but she was, and she was like the prettiest Barbie I had, but she was the evil stepmother. But the one Barbie thing that I remember most of all getting on Christmas was the Barbie Fold and Fun House. There's a commercial for it. I looked it up, and as soon as I listened to it, I remembered the words and how it went and everything, because I used to sing it all the time. And Christmas morning, it was there in the living room floor, and it was all fixed up. It was already like Santa had put it together for me and everything, and even put a battery in the street lamp, because it had a street lamp on the patio that really lit up. So yeah, it's actually in the song. This is the picnic table on the patio that has a real street lamp that really lights up. Outside the living room that's next to the bedroom in the Barbie Fold and Fun House I build. That was my favorite part of it. So I had a lot of fun with my Barbie Fold and Fun House, and that's always where I staged my all of my plays and recreations of movies and stuff, was in my Barbie Fold and Fun House. And yeah. So that's one that I really remember. But yeah, those were my favorite Christmas gifts when I was little. I can't really remember as many as I've gotten older. I guess they just kind of, I don't know. I think it's just because when you're a kid at Christmas, it just seems, everything seems so much bigger and grander and more exciting. And after you get older, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's another pair of socks. Or, you know, it's, oh, thanks for the dress, or thanks for the pajamas, or, you know, oh, cool, a new book, you know. But I don't know, it's just more exciting when you're a kid, so those are the ones that I remember the most. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I just got really distracted looking at pictures of Alfie 2. What's wrong with me? I think there's a commercial somewhere for Alfie 2, and I know that there is one for the Barbie Fold and Funhouse, so I will try to find those and put the links in the description so that you guys can check it out and see what exactly I'm talking about. But if you didn't know already, maybe I should find the Magic Moves Barbie too. So yeah, I guess that is it for this day. This has been a pretty long one. I didn't mean to make this one that long, but yeah, this is probably the longest one so far. But I wanted to answer the question, so there you go. I answered it. So that is it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow.